Okay, let's knock this third example out of the way then. Every problem, I've been starting off numbering my equations, or naming them, if you will, as 1, 2, 3. If you hit a point where you don't need that because you are just that super at it, more power to you. The rest of us will be numbering our equations 1, 2, 3. Okay. What would you like to eliminate? This is where the catch comes in, isn't it?
Yeah.
The first two examples is pretty obvious. There's a bunch of 1z's and then there's a bunch of 1y's.
Are we gonna have to multiply or divide something here?
Stick with the multiply though. We're not doing any division. Addie, did you have a thought? Okay. Yep. Yeah, we're gonna have to multiply. Now, with that in mind, what looks like an easier option? What'd you say, Michaela?
Well, we can eliminate x right now from the problem 1 and 3.
Okay, now here's the deal. We have to pick what we're going to eliminate 2 times in a row. Okay, so is x an option? Yeah, you've got a 1 and a negative 1, which will be easy. The 2, that's not too bad. Okay, I plan to go with x's. Y's wouldn't be too bad either, although you don't have a set ready to go right off the bat. Z's, I would stay away from z's. It would take a little bit more. So I do like the idea of eliminating x's. So with that in mind, which 2 are we starting with?
1 and 3.
Okay, 1 and 3 are a good combo to get started with. So let me write those equations out. One is x plus y plus 2z equals 3. And equation 3 is negative x minus 2y plus z equals 10. And we're going to add the equations together. We've got positive x and negative x. We're going to add those. What is x plus negative x?
Cancels.
Cancels to be 0x. Y plus negative 2y. Negative 1y, or negative y. 2z plus z, 3z, equals? 3 plus 10 is 13. Okay, I'm going to call this equation 4. Again, just part of my organization. Okay. Now, we have to repeat that process, folks. We have to repeat that process, and here's the deal. We have to eliminate x again. You don't get to change variables and say, okay, oh, now I want to eliminate that y. No, we're eliminating x. That's what we decided. So now, we used 1 and 3. Okay, guys, we have to use 2 this time. What do you want to use 2 with? 2 and 1 or 2 and 3?
2 and 3.
We could go either way. The slight advantage of 2 and 3 is you already have a positive versus a negative. The catch is that they're not both 2. So what are we going to have to do? We're going to have to multiply equation 3 then by 2. So, okay, so equation 2 and 3 is what we're going to go for then. Let me write these down and then I'll do my multiplying. Equation 2 is 2x plus y plus 3z equals 7. Equation 3, negative x minus 2y plus z equals 10. Okay. In order to eliminate x's, we said we're going to have to multiply equation 3 by 2. Now, equation 2 can just stay as is, right? Nothing we have to do with that. So I'm going to rewrite equation 2. 2x plus y plus 3z equals 7. Okay, equation 3, when I multiply it by 2, becomes negative 2x minus 4y plus 2z equals 20. No? Yes. Okay. Sorry, I had a moment of, I felt like I screwed up for a moment. I'm not sure why, I just had that thought. Okay. I have a positive 2x and positive 2x and negative 2x, so we are ready to add the two equations. What is 2x plus negative 2x? Cancels. Y plus negative 4y. Negative 3y. 3z plus 2z. 5z. 7 plus 20. 27. And I'm going to call this equation 5. Okay, so traditional problem, we eliminated one variable, we eliminate x's. Now we have two equations in terms of y and z. Do you remember what to do? I'm going to put my equations 4 and 5 together and see what I want my next plan to be. So 4, I'm going to write it here as negative y plus 3z equals 13. Equation 5, negative 3y plus 5z equals 27. Okay. So looking at equations 4 and 5, you have a new choice to make. What would you like to do here, Emily?
Can we multiply the top equation by negative 3?
We could. If we multiply that top equation by negative 3, we're going to be eliminating y's, right? So right now they're both negative, so it'd be nice to have a positive one. One's 1, one's 3, so that's what I would do. Your other option is to go the 15z route. Nothing wrong with it. But here we can just multiply one equation if we catch this. So let's multiply by negative 3. So when multiplying equation 4 by negative 3, it becomes 3y minus 9z equals negative 39. Bottom equation is going to stay as is. Negative 3y plus 5z equals 27. I have a positive 3y and a negative 3y, so we're ready to add to cancel them. Okay, 3y plus negative 3y. Cancels. Negative 9z plus 5z. Negative 4z. Negative 39 plus 27. Negative 12. Negative 4z equals negative 12. Divide by negative 4. And z does indeed equal 3. Okay. 1/3 of the way there in answers. I feel like we're over 1/3 of the way there in terms of work, though. Okay. If z is 3, now what? Not originals.
Well, not 1 or 5.
Okay. At this point, because I only know one variable, we're going back to something that's 2 variables, so 4 or 5 are your options. And I guess if she's referring to original 4 or 5, that would be my preference, but anything works. So what are you guys wanting to use?
4.
I mean, either way, you have to deal with negatives, so. Okay, so if we use equation 4 now. Equation 4 was negative y plus 3z equals 13. But we're putting 3 in for z, right? So negative y plus 3 times 3 equals 13. Negative y plus 9 equals 13. And then subtract 9. Negative y equals 4. And what do we know? Divide by a negative, and y is negative 4. Okay, almost there. Final step. We now know z and y. What do we do to finish this off?
We both into the first thing.
Okay, now we get to go back to 1, 2, or 3. Now that we know 2 of the 3. What are you guys using? 1. So let's see. Let me write down what 1 is. X plus y plus 2z equals 3. So let's see. X I don't know. Plus negative 4 plus 2 times 3 equals 3. X minus 4 plus 6 equals 3. Minus 4 plus 6 is going to be plus 2. So x plus 2 equals 3. And then subtract 2, and x is 1. Final answer.
1 negative 4.
1, negative 4, 3. Ordered triple, alphabetical order, X, Y, Z. Okay? Okay, guys. You got 3 examples to do in homework. Your job to try them. My job, if you get a mistake, okay, you get it wrong in Sabbath, let me help find your mistake. Show me your work. Let me read through your work and see if I can find your mistake. Something else I can tell you. To my knowledge, you will not come across any fraction or decimal answers. So what's that mean if you get a fraction or decimal answer in your work?
You're wrong.
Stop there, backtrack looking for a mistake. You're wasting your time if you try and put a fraction, continue and put that into Sabbath, okay? So I have not seen anyone get fractions or decimals.